Okay, so today we get to do a lab, and it is a very self-guided lab, but it's one that has the objective of making sure that you are able to transfer 3D to 2D, so three-dimensional to 2D. In other words, a real-life three-dimensional object onto paper. So let's set up our notebook first. So in your composition book, find the first clean page, and you're going to title it Knuckle Mountain. So that should give you a hint of what we're going to do. Okay. Your teacher is going to provide you one piece of paper for each of your fists. And your partner is going to ask you to make a fist, and is going to ask you to hold still so that they can put a piece of saran wrap over your knuckles. Now, I don't have a partner, so you have to bear with me here. But you're going to get to use Sharpies today, and you're going to return each of these back to Mrs. Forrester. And you're going to trace this mountain, aka your fist, right? And you know that a peak are multiple circles, right? So truly outline your fist. You guys are going to do a lot better than I am, because I am pretending I'm two people right now. But you guys will have a partner, okay? So there's your peaks, right? And if you remember, if you remember the streams, you would see this, right? By all the breaks in the land and the dips in the land. And if you put a glass of water over my hand, that stream would go down, right? So that tells you that in just a second I'm going to have you guys draw a stream, and it's going to go down. So you would have an arrow pointing down. Okay, so I just drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 contour lines. And the rules for contour lines are they can never cross. And what a contour line is it shows you the elevation. Now there's one limitation of this model: it doesn't have numbers on it. We don't want you to worry about the numbers today. What we want you to see today is the difference in a 2D and a three-dimensional map. So these contour lines would usually show us elevation, and that's what they're going to show us today, but we just don't have numbers on it. Okay, so let's start by looking at my fist. This part right here is very steep. It's like a cliff. This part is flat. If you turn it, it's going to be even. You don't want to do that, so you want to put it straight out. Okay? So this will be a gentle slope. This will be a steep slope, which means that these lines need to be close together. So I'm going to use these same V's here to make my slope, okay? See what I'm doing there? And I'm going to go all the way around. I'm gentle up here, though. Remember? Gentle slope here. So wide over here. Real close here, because it's steep. Gentle here. So wide spaces in your contour interval. So the contour interval is wide here. I'm going to do one more. So real close here, because this is steep. Okay. And then I'm going to take it off. Okay, I'm blowing on it so it dries. And then I'm going to stick it to my journal. Or I'm going to smash it. Okay. Now I'm going to clean these lines up. Okay. So, that kind of looks like a topographic map, doesn't it? So here's what you have to label. Peak. Stream valley. These are called contour lines. This is a steep slope. This is a gentle slope because the contour interval is wide. And you want to make sure when you're writing in your notebook that you're not trying to write on the paper because it's going to bleed through and mess your notebook up. So try to stay on this contact paper or the cling wrap, okay? Okay, so now I want you to transfer what, you remember this was our fist, right? And so this is the front of my hand here. Okay, that was the back of it where it was flat. So if you're a little bug and you're crawling, that's kind of flat, and then you get to the peak and then you would go all the way down, okay? I want you to remember that because if we were to draw a stream on here, intersecting those V's, they would go down this way, right? Right? They would also go down this other way towards the back of my hand, right? So what you need to remember is, I'll say this again, where there's a V, that's pointing upstream, the mouth of the river, right? That's pointing upstream. Streams will flow with gravity, right? So they flow from the top of the mountain down. So if you're ever asked a question, which way is this stream flowing? We'll look at the V, okay? Have to return the Sharpies back. Your Sharpie might not be blue, it could be pink. They have to be returned. You can have one color for your streams, one color for the map, okay? So remember this, the whole objective for today is so that you get an accurate topographic map. We're not worried about the numbers today, okay? You'll practice that, or you've already practiced that in your textbook, okay? So right now you're just trying to conceptualize 2D versus 3D maps, okay? If you guys have more questions about this, come see me in B as in boy 105. Okay, and everybody should have this finished today. No missing assignments are going to be accepted on this lab grade. Everyone should be able to get 100% on this lab grade. If you don't get 100%, I'm going to know it's because you are not trying, because this one is not a difficult lab. All you need to do is follow instructions. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Be good, and return your Sharpies, and come see me if you have troubles.